Anyway, let's do some fishing. What in the...
Steady now. Wow, Paimon's stomach is rumbling already.
What? Fishing. Whether you love it or hate it, it certainly exists in Genshin. But have you ever asked yourself, is it possible to play Genshin using only weapons obtained through fishing? No, you haven't. Well, I have, and today that's what we're gonna find out. But I hear you ask, is it even possible to use fishing weapons at this point in the game? No, you see, fishing can't actually be unlocked until AR 28, but what we can do is start the fishing portion of this challenge as soon as fishing is unlocked, and with as few exceptions as possible. What I've decided for this run is to get to AR 28 using anyone I want aside from the Traveler, and as soon as fishing is unlocked and the challenge starts, we chuck them out and start our fishing journey anew, as well as with an unused bow and spear user once we obtain their respective weapons. The goals for this challenge are as follows: reach AR 28, unlock fishing, obtain every fish currently available in-game, obtain every fishing weapon currently in-game, prepare the team with their fishing weapons at the ready as much as possible, also meaning of course that it's only possible to have 3 party members for this challenge, and I can't use the same characters that I used to grind to AR 28. And then finally, the end goal of this challenge is to defeat Liyue, also that we can become the ultimate epitome of women want me, fish fear me. Now that's out of the way, let's get into the video.
So, what you're trying to say is that you fell here from another world?
Yeah, I literally just said that, Paimon. This is Maintenance Mech Platinum Edition. Couldn't fit it all, don't worry about that. What the heck kind of name is that, I hear you ask? That, my friends, is Manifestation. For our big catch of this run, look at this whopper. Maintenance Mech likes long walks along the beach and pretending to be one with the fishes. Okay, I'll stop now, sorry. And out into the wide world of Teyvat we go. Now I won't stay on the AR 28 grind part of this challenge for too long. The AR 20 climb was mostly a breeze, if you will. Get it? Cause Mondstadt. We flew through the first act, scratching Dvalin's back for him. You've actually got the power to go up against the dragon. Are you a new ally? Or a new storm? Nah, cause you just know this guy was sitting in his room trying to come up with the best entrance line and rehearsing it before showing up here. Look guys, I just came here for my fishing trip. It's not my fault you've got a giant bird knocking at your back door. We then completed all 3 domains, as well as their respective stories, before stealing the lyre and becoming wanted criminals. And well, if I could sum up this part of the quest grind in just one word, it would be... I don't need a claim of user Noelle, please. Look, I can't even have a full party for this challenge, Noelle. Please. All you have to do is just give me a character I can use. I don't ask for much. And then we got on to more exploration and questing for the grind. I also did Zhang Ling's quest along the way. The voices! Make it stop! Also, hold up. Can we just take a second to pause and talk about this? This man, yeah, this man right here, has just had his whole life turned upside down. And what does Zhang Ling do? She invites him to a cooking competition. And finally, we went into the last Mondstadt act. Weapons at the ready, with the power of friendship. Well, I'm sure you know how the story goes if you played the game anyway. Needless to say, yep, we finally got rid of Dvalin's itch and defeated him to save the day, returning to Mondstadt as heroes, and finally able to progress further towards our fishing trip.
1 day later.
What is going on? Look what you've done, Amber. She doesn't even want to sit with you, you know, on account of missing her fishing trip and everything. Can you tell that I really don't want to be here?
Of course.
I don't want to save Mondstadt, I just want to fish. Though we weren't quite done with Mondstadt just yet, as I wanted to grind and max out as much of it as I could. Gathering up all the Oculus and leveling the statue to 10, unlocking all the shrines. Do you mind? And collecting as many chests as I could. I was spending my resin mostly on ley lines, as these are a good way early on of getting adventure rank XP. And then I made my way to Liyue to further my goal of unlocking fishing and finally completing this fishing trip. Along the way there, I picked up any chests I could get my hands on and doing some quests here and there just to boost that adventure rank up some more, as we need to complete Liyue up to the quest A New Star Approaches in order to unlock the Serena Teapot, which in turn also unlocks fishing for us. Now Liyue was more up my alley, if not solely for the fact that the biggest catch of them all is the final boss of this act. Sorry maintenance mech, out of the way, we've got bigger fish to fry here. Though the grind definitely felt a lot longer to get through. The region itself is at least twice the size of Mondstadt, and the terrain is much more mountainous, making the exploration take longer too. Combining that with the fact that I think the Liyue story is a lot longer than Mondstadt's as well. Like guys, I just want to fish, I did not sign up for all this hero business. So I focused first on getting through this act, meeting Child and, you know, the whole
Rex Lapis assassinated
At the rite of dissension?
before dragon spining my way to more adventure rank XP, exploring and gathering up the agates, yeah, these red things for the tree, completing any quests and chests I could get my hands on. We also defeated the Great King of Dragonspine. Also, just this room, iconic, but still as cursed as ever. Oh my god, is it over yet? I've officially beat the Dragonspine. And before long, I managed to get through the second part of the Archon quest. Hi!
Now use your strong hand to stir it with a persistent rhythm. Keep going
What?
until the juices start
Was
to
she
come
always
out.
this sus? I don't remember this at all. I then explored more of Liyue, since we now also have the addition of Chenyu Vale. So, starting from the available Chenyu Vale teleport point, I made my way through the region, passing through the village, and picking up the quest, and then just doing some general exploration in the area. I had also initially thought that the Chenyu Vale world quest would be a good way to level up adventure rank, but the world quests now tend to be quite long, and so I didn't consider it worth enough. Oh, to be but a humble hilichurl fisherman. Now this is what I aspire to be like. Goddamn. This area was empty for so long. It's crazy how far the game has come. Also, just wanted to point out, at one point during Xingqiu's quest, I was so lazy I decided to kayak bridge across to the village instead of walking my way through. Remember, work smarter, not harder. Until finally, after all that exploration and questing, we had reached AR 28 and we're into the final act of the Liyue Archon quest. And Paimon decided to try and poison our queen. Like, do people in this world just eat slimes? I feel like that's definitely not good for you. You and me both, Lumine. Oh my god, she's so cool. We then beat up Child pretty easily. Yeah, remember when this guy was hard? And then we were straight into an Avengers level fight against a big fish. Now this is what I signed up for. Why 4-star when should be 5-star? Imagine if her ult actually was just dropping the Jade Chamber. Those poor hilichurls wouldn't stand a chance. Also, look at Osile. He's kind of a cutie, really. Look at his little mouth and eyes. Do those look like the eyes of a cold killer that's about to obliterate an entire city? Nah.
Be careful not to get hit.
And so it was. The hero of Liyue defeated the biggest catch of them all. That she decided it was time for a career change and put all of her effort into her new fishing business. But before we got any further, I first wanted to complete floor 4 of the Abyss to obtain Collei, as she was my only chance to gain a character for the fishing bow, since Hoyoverse decided not to bless me with any other bow characters. And it took a while, but there we go. I already had a Zhangling though, luckily. Look, here's one I made earlier, but I'll take a constellation. And now, get out of here.
Guess what will we come across this time?
Fish, hopefully. Getting to AR 28 with as little as possible definitely proved quite difficult, especially as the higher you get, the grinder it becomes. But I had finally made it to AR 28, and after hours of Archon questing and grinding, and doing the quest to unlock the teapot, it's finally time to fish. Oh wait, I need to unlock fishing first. No, no more Paimons, please. With just a level 1 traveller, we can finally start the true endgame challenge. This is where the challenge really started to pick up. So far, we've knocked off 2 goals on the list, getting to AR 28 and unlocking fishing. Oh, I also forgot to mention, I leveled my Lumine up to level 40. Okay, continue. And now, we would need a plan and route so efficient, so foolproof, then nothing could possibly go wrong, right? Now, the first plan of action was to head straight for Fontaine, as I wanted to prioritize the pipe before anything else, as we can't even get to Inazuma without at least one usable character, so it was either between the Traveller with the pipe or Collei with the bow, so I chose the pipe option, which was the better choice overall, for reasons we'll get into later down the line. We would need to obtain all 37 fish in a timely manner, which means that we would go in this order. Farm the fish in Fontaine so Lumine can have her pipe sword thing. Next, make our way through the chasm to Sumeru to the second fishing shop, so Collei gets her bow and we have at least 2 party members. Third, farm the necessary mats for said characters and weapons, and then finally proceed through the Dainsleif and Inazuma prelude quests so we can make our way to Inazuma for the catch and the remaining fish. Now, in order to buy the pipe, we need 4 maintenance mechs. Hey, that's me! Which can only be found in one spot here. 10 of the blue bass and 10 of the yellow, and then 12 marlins. And so I made my way to Fontaine, unlocking some of the map along the way, and heading straight for the fishing shop. Welp, turns out I need these red guys in order to buy the bait, to then make the bait to catch the fish. Because of this, I made a slight change to the plan. We gotta have that peak efficiency. So I first made my way back to Mondstadt to fish up some Medaka, and then travelled through the chasm and heading straight for the Sumeru fishing shop to purchase the bait. Plus this makes it easier in the long run anyway, as we now have Sumeru unlocked. As it turns out, I need even more Medaka in order to make this bait as well, so I had to go on another fishing trip. And now it's time to get down to business, catching these fish so I can get myself this bad boy. Oh my god, I didn't think fishing was this dangerous of a profession. Am I getting extra pay for this?
Whew, that was a tough fight.
It really wasn't, Paimon. You know, you're really ruining the vibe of this fishing trip, Paimon. I mean, honestly though, if they just had an option to remove Paimon's dialogue while fishing, it would probably be a much more enjoyable experience. Anyway, now we need the bass, and these can be found in almost every fishing spot in Fontaine. Same goes for the marlin. Oh, that's the last one. Now all we need to do is... She looks so goofy just walking around with a pipe. With the pipe out of the way, our next step was obtaining the fish bow. Next stop, Sumeru. I'm sorry, but who in the hell came up with the idea to use a fish as a bow in the first place? The more I look at it, the more it just really creeps me out. The end of the line is Sumeru's fishing weapon reward, and requires 4 peach fish, 16 blue marlins, and 16 green marlins. And montage time. Now this, I had not accounted for. I didn't realise going into this challenge that fish respawn every 72 hours, which is absolutely crazy, and I ended up being just 1 fish short of the required amount for the bow. So instead, what I decided to do in the meantime, now realising I would have to wait several days, I collected the remaining fish required for the bow. I really hope that Ruin God doesn't come alive and try and attack us. Like, is there a single fishing spot in this world that actually feels safe? And where I couldn't potentially die any second?
Whew, that was a tough fight.
In between this, we also leveled up Lumine and the pipe some more. I'm sorry little guys, I have to do this. You understand, right? Right? And farmed mats for the remaining 2 characters. Somehow also defeating the Pyro Regisvine with just an Anemo Traveller. As it turns out, there were still 2 other quests we had to do before we could even make it to Inazuma. But this quest gives out some sweet AR XP, so I am not complaining. As for the quest itself, well, this was where the challenge would really start to become apparent. You're not getting me this time, Door. The Door was the real boss all along. The Dainsleif quest was fairly easy. That wasn't me, that was someone else. And short, so it didn't take too long to get through. but then along came We Will Be Reunited, and my wannabe prince brother sending those abyss lectors after me. They were the most trouble I had in this quest. Definitely not the part where I didn't fall down multiple times during that really easy escape sequence. I imagine the fights with the lectors would have been a lot easier if I had Collei, but they were still doable, they just took longer. And yeah, I could have switched to Dendro Traveler, but I'd already invested a lot into Anemo, so I decided to stick it out, getting rid of all the abyss enemies with relative ease. Well, I did say relative.
You, not welcome
Yeah,
here.
you tell him, Razor.
Could that be?
Yeah, I agree, Lumine. And eventually, we finished the quest. And then, it was time to head for Inazuma.
Ahoy there, mateys! Time to set sail!
Ahoy, matey! Now this is my kind of place. The perfect spot for some good fishing. For this quest, we took part in a fighting tournament. I mean, kinda goes against my morals as a fisherman, but you gotta do what you gotta do. And we want to get to Inazuma, so... All the fights were easy, so it wasn't long before I was finished up with this quest and could finally make the journey to Inazuma. Speedrunning through the Rito Island quest, we stalked a random guard.
Let's catch up a little.
He's literally right there, Paimon! Proceeded to threaten said guard, and then transported a balloon with some other guards, and a girl we literally just met whose letter will never be delivered. It took a few attempts to get past this bit. Okay, but I genuinely have no idea why I failed this one. Is it because I got too far away from the balloon? Well, regardless, it was quite a struggle with just one character, but we managed to get the balloon transported and we're now free to explore Inazuma. So of course we ran straight for the fishing association to meet my fellow fishermen and do some networking. It was now time to enter full fisherman mode. We instantly set our sights on the infamous fishing spot. I'm sure you know it. The bane of anyone trying to get the catch. And so we made the perilous boat journey from Narukami Island to this little spot right here. The catch requires 6 purple angelfish that can be fished up here, and 20 of the golden koi and rusty koi, which were also $1.50 and needed to be farmed on multiple respawns. That went surprisingly well. I really thought I was gonna die there. Okay, purple fish time. Let's go. Unfortunately, once again, the fishing gods were looking down upon us this day, as we were missing just 1 purple fish. And we still needed to wait anyway in order to catch more koi as well. So instead I decided to place my efforts towards some more farming for weapon mats first. Got Lumine to max level, before attempting to once and for all finish the entire fish collection. The fear that I could be struck down by lightning any second certainly gives the fishing a thrill to it. For real though, just imagine this view while fishing in real life. That would be the ultimate vibe. Too bad I don't think we have any jellyfish looking islands in real life, but having almost completed the fish collection, now all we needed to do was gain access to Enkanomiya, where the last 2 remaining fish resided, which luckily is able to be unlocked as soon as you finish the Rito escape plan and leave Rito Island. So we set our sights on getting to Enkanomiya, making the long, arduous boat journey to Watatsumi Island, unlocking the map and starting the quest. The heart of Watatsumi quest wasn't too difficult to get through. All the fights were relatively easy, even with just an Anemo traveler. This one Hilichel really helped me out for this challenge. Look at him, no faults, just head empty. The main issue was near the end, once we got to the heart itself. The area with all the oceanid animals. I tried the challenge a few times to no avail, and I think at this point it was finally time. Up to this point I hadn't wanted to change Traveler's element solely due to the fact that I'd already invested a lot into her with the limited resources I had, but I caved and switched to Electro Traveler. I think though this is still going to be near impossible without Collei, so I had to ultimately wait for the fish to respawn in order to obtain her bow so I could put her in my party. Okay, it's a new day, so that 1 pesky remaining fish should have respawned by now.
Wow, Paimon's stomach is rumbling already!
And there it was. Fish in hand, we made a dash for the fishing shop at Port Ormos, redeeming the bow and giving it to Collei. After having leveled her up, we went back to Inazuma to farm the book domain for Electro Traveler, and then back to Samaru to farm the bird, getting Collei to level 50. With both Traveler and Collei at least somewhat built at this point, I was finally feeling a lot more confident for this second round with the Oceanids, especially after having stocked up on a whole load of food. And that was it. We'd done it. We beat Genshin Impact. I want to thank my friends and family for their support during this momentous occasion. Oh wait, we're not done. Okay, now we're done. And into Enkanomiya we go. Now hopefully I don't even need to go fully into Enkanomiya. There are 3 spots in this region where they can spawn, but there is one right near the entrance, so we just need to hope that both are there. There you have it. The fishing collection is complete. We can tick another goal off our list. Now all we need to do is obtain our final weapon, the catch, build Zhangling, and defeat Liam, which posed yet another problem, as we need to wait at least 1 respawn cycle and just hope that enough show up. So I waited for fish to respawn, and luckily there were just enough of the red koi that we needed in order to exchange the catch. And after this we went back for the remaining purple fish. The catch is finally ours, and now we finally get a Zhangling in our team. We instantly leveled her up to 50, then came the catch farming. I had to farm spectres. I know. Hands down the worst mob in the entire game. And I ended up being broke, so I had to exchange sigils for more Mora. More Mora. We completed a few artifact domains to try and get some Crimson Witch pieces for Zhangling, and we managed to get a feather and flower, so it's better than nothing. Then we just needed to grab some chilies, and Zhangling was ascended. Now it was finally time for the boss fight. I cooked up as much food as I could get my hands on, with my leveled up maintenance mech, Collei and Zhangling all attained. All my effort gone into collecting these fishing weapons. And with my fish collection truly, fully complete, I was ready. Ready to face Liam. Finally ready, as a true fisherman should be. Just look at his smug face. With all that I had accomplished weighing on my mind, I made my way there. I got rid of this one tiny pyro slime because I knew even one tiny slime could have the potential still to affect the outcome of this fight. We were now face to face with Liam, just as it was foretold.
Let's do this thing!
Yeah, let's do this thing, so you can die. Okay, that was a bit much, sorry. Okay, I'm feeling good about this fight. I think we can do this. Okay, I'm no expert on this guy, but I just need to learn his patterns, and that should make the fight a bit more doable. Oh my god, no. Maintenance mech, don't die on me now. You know what? That's it. We're doing it. We're bringing out the jade parcels. You forced my hand, Liam.
Maybe I wasn't meant for this world.
I'm too hot to handle!
Yeah, well, you won't be for much longer. Right, so I know he goes multiple big explosions and then immediately into 2 smaller explosions, like one straight after another. So I just need to be ready for that and not instantly rush him every time. Oh my god, those big explosions are the most annoying. The radius is so big, it makes it so hard to dodge. You're doing the most, Goiba. Keep it up. Oh my god. I swear he's gotten into the most awkward spot on purpose. I really need to be more patient and just wait it out to recover some stamina. Not just go running in.
You're toast! Take this!
Yeah, things are getting a little dicey now. And I can't give Zhangling any more food. Wait, what? Collei's dead? Okay, we really might be in trouble now. We need to buckle down. And then just lure Liam back over here. We did it! It's finally over. We defeated the end boss of this challenge. And well, I'll be perfectly honest, I expected it to take a lot more fights, but I managed to defeat him in the first round, though it was very close, as you can see. There's only one more thing we need to do now. This is what true endgame looks like. Look, I found Froggy!